Tonight, a new member was appointed by the Crook County School Board. Steve Holliday was appointed unanimously as a former member of the Powell Butte Charter School District Board. Last month, former school board member Gwen Carr resigned due to health issues, creating that vacancy. As the board attempted to fill it, incoming board member Cheyenne Edgerly filed a lawsuit accusing the board of illegally filling it before she took office. A judge issued an order stopping the process, but then that expired and opened up the possibility for someone to be appointed and sworn in today. Showers and thunderstorms are expected, but the summertime weather's here. Tracy Tuesday now has the first look at our local alert weather forecast. Tracy?
Happy Monday, Central Oregon. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. Let's take you out atop Pilot Butte. It is a bit of an overcast day, but warm, slightly breezy on the high desert. Now, our satellite image shows us partly cloudy skies. Check out what's happening to the east and north of us. There are a number of rain and thunderstorm systems in areas such as Burns, Pendleton, Missoula, up in Yakima. The Bend and La Pine areas also catching some of that action. Overnight lows tonight, we're looking at mid to upper 40s. Madras and Warm Springs will hit over the 50-degree mark. Daytime highs for tomorrow looking pretty good. Temperatures will hover between the upper 70s to low 80s. Warm Springs again reaching 87 degrees. Currently, we're looking at some pretty nice temperatures on the high desert right now. 70 degrees in Sun River. We've got 76 in Redmond and 76 degrees in Madras. I'll have an extended report coming up later in the broadcast. That's your local alert weather forecast. Lee, back to you.
The 2023 Oregon legislative session has ended. It included the longest walkout in history, but in the waning days, numerous bills and budgets passed. Today, Bola Badaba spoke with local lawmakers.
Democrat Emerson Levy and Republican Senator Tim Knopp say there was a lot of headway on things like education and housing. As the housing crisis grows, they both say they'll focus their efforts on finding ways to produce more housing and reduce homelessness.
On their 2024 income taxes, Oregonians will receive one of the largest ever kicker refunds, and it's going to be a credit on your taxes.
Republican Senator Tim Knopp of Bend says the Senate achieved its biggest goal of returning a $5.5 billion kicker. Oregon House Representative Emerson Levy felt, despite the walkout, progress was made.
And I believe we came out with really important housing packages, opioid reduction, early literacy, really things that people of Oregon care about.
Alyssa's Law, which she helped spearhead, aims to improve school safety.
Alyssa's Law is in response to the Parkland shooting, what they learned from that, and which is that in the first 30 seconds of an emergency, those are the most precious seconds, and in the first 3 minutes.
By wearing a badge or having an app on their phone, teachers and school staff can contact 911, which allows police to get an exact geolocation of an incident.
Whether it is a bad guy event or whether it's a kid that needs help. And for an example, if it's a kid having an allergic reaction, every teacher who has access to an EpiPen or who is CPR certified will get a notification.
We extended the statute of limitations on first-degree rape from 12 years to 20 years, matching lots of other states.
One effort to produce more housing, House Bill 3414B, failed. Why do you think it didn't pass?
I think that it's a hard question to answer because it's on the Senate side where it ultimately failed. But I think people were afraid that it was too much of a push on our land use system.
I think there are a couple of people who, on the Democrat side, who had committed to the governor that said they would vote for it, didn't ultimately vote for it. So it failed by one vote. I wouldn't be surprised if it gets brought back.
The bill would modernize Oregon's land use system to provide more land for needed housing.
We need more units. We need more units in Deschutes County desperately. You know, our average house price is back over $700,000. We have to think in new and creative ways and be open to new ways of thinking.
In addition to the new tax credit and Alyssa's Law, House Bill 2395, which will make the opioid overdose reversal drug naloxone more broadly available, and House Bill 2572, which cracks down on paramilitary activity, also passed. Bola Badaba, News Channel 21.
Changes may be coming to how you vote in Oregon. State lawmakers are sending what's known as ranked choice voting to the November 2024 ballot. Voters would be able to rank candidates in order of preference. If no candidate gets more than half of the first choice votes, ballots are counted again based on second and third choices. Voters in Portland and Corvallis already use this. Backers say it would promote more choice and give voters the option to elect their favorites. Opponents say it's confusing and leads to fewer people voting. Coming up later, new details on the Idaho murders case involving new DNA evidence. But first, new data show hourly wages in the Bend-Redmond area lower than the national average. Isabella Warren spoke with the Bureau of Labor Statistics to break down the numbers.
They say a home is a roof over your head. It keeps you dry. It keeps you warm. It keeps you safe. So when it comes to taking care of it, why wouldn't you call the best? Deschutes Roofing and Insulation is Central Oregon's most trusted roofing contractor. Our GAF Master Elite roofers replace roofs all winter long. Right now, get $300 off any new roof or $100 off any insulation job. Call Deschutes Roofing and Insulation for a free estimate.
Straight Edge Maintenance, your full-service asphalt repair, parking lot maintenance, and seal coating company. Committed to serving you and all of your exterior property maintenance needs with excellent communication and customer service. Building relationships since 2013. Straight Edge Maintenance is here to make sure your job is done right and your property leaves a lasting impression.
Straight Edge Maintenance, making your home and business look its best.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Things are heating up. Good thing this Rogue has the most standard safety features in its class. Our competitors can't say that.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
Hurry. These epic offers won't last forever.
Summertime living in the high desert is the best. Cool nights gathered with family and friends on your patio, eating amazing food coming off the grill. We want to see the best of your backyard life. Share your backyard oasis, go to grilled meal, or best outdoor living area and fire pit with us. One lucky winner will be chosen for a prize every month. So, what are you waiting for? Enter the News Channel 21's Backyard Living Photo Sweepstakes today. Presented by Powder House Ski and Patio, Bend Fence and Deck, and High Style Contracting Pavers.
INJ, the Carpet Pros. INJ.
Record travel is expected for this year's 4th of July. AAA projects more than 50 million Americans will be on vacation for Independence Day. Nearly 600,000 Oregonians will be traveling either by car or plane. Authorities say to always have a travel plan and check your destination ahead of time. Tonight we want to know, do you plan to travel for this 4th of July holiday? To weigh in, head over to our web poll on the ktvz.com homepage. Gas prices continue to soar for Oregonians. In just the last week, prices statewide rose by almost 12 cents. The average price of a gallon of gas in Oregon is now $4.59. It's not clear why prices continue to surge for West Coast states. While prices nationwide have remained steady this month, Oregon's are 40 cents higher than they were in May. New numbers show people working in this area earn 6% less than the national average. Isabella Warren breaks down what the numbers mean.
The statistics looked at occupations and hourly wages in the Bend-Redmond area. The average is $28 an hour compared to the national average of almost $30. The findings come from an annual report from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. The Bureau also looked at the impact of inflation on wages.
So inflation has been cooling off, but at the same time, wages have been increasing. So 5% increase in wages over the year, 4% increase in inflation. We're finally starting to see wages keeping up, catching up to price inflation.
The report also included numbers on what jobs are most common in Bend and Redmond. The majority work in office and administrative support. Second is food service, which pays higher wages for chefs and head cooks, but lower for cafeteria workers and hostesses. One area where Bend is above the national average is healthcare practitioners, over 20% higher than the national average with hourly wage of more than $56 an hour. According to the Labor Statistics Bureau, wages for healthcare workers in the western part of the country tend to run higher than the national average, including here in Oregon. Isabella Warren, News Channel 21.